hard on myself, probably more so than anyone else.
It's all upstairs. If I believe I can do it, I'm gonna do it.
There is nobody on the floor I would rather beat than the two of them. I will sell my soul to not lose to them.
25.3, me, Dallin, and Jason are all going head to head to head.
I've never done an open announcement. I'm not trying to start 0-1.
I live in Jason Hopper's head rent free.
I would say that Dallin and James pushed me more than anybody else.
But James, you've only ever beaten me once.
We could all stand on top of the podium this year. It's very likely.
I'm gonna do everything that I can to make sure I win.
Welcome back to Get With The Programming, a special edition of Inside the Leaderboard. I'm Chase Ingham.
I'm Captain America.
And along with me is John.
I don't hate what you do. I just hate what you look like.
Bill is nowhere to be found at the moment, so we will start without him. Before we even get to anything, I feel like it's very important to bring this up. Since we do have John Young on the show, John, you just cleaned 405.
I did. Yes. It makes being unfit worth it. I will tell you that, Chase, because the Open has been very humbling thus far. And now, you know what? I don't care. All of you fit people can suck it, because only 3 people in the world can do this, and I'm one of the lightest people. So,
I mean, are you
in
currently in the CrossFit world? I think now officially only 2 people in the world doing the Open.
That's right, because one of them's out.
So one of them is not doing it anymore. So you, sir, are top 2 in the world of those that are competing in the CrossFit Games season and cleaning 405.
And if we take Sinclair and go by body weight, I believe I'm number 1.
No.
Yeah, dude, Bailey's heavy, dude.
Oh, Bailey, I forgot.
Yeah, who are you thinking of?
I was thinking about Austin. Hasn't Austin done it?
Oh, he's hang clean 405.
Oh, totally not the same.
Yeah, dude, for him it's not, dude. He's maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he can. We could put Austin in there. Austin's pretty.
I mean, top 3 is still pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's okay.
But congratulations, dude.
Thank you.
That's
It has made this work. I'm not gonna lie. I've had some mental battles with being as unfit as I am right now. But and I mean, I'm doing grid league, so I have my reasons for it. But this made it really worth it. I've not been much happier than I was after this lift. I'm gonna say the 100 bar facing burpees is the only thing that I was happier about than this.
Oh yeah,
this lift.
That was pretty. That was cool.
And that I think God had a hand in, because I really don't.
Dude.
So
John, when is your grid debut?
May 24th. May 24th, we'll be in Miami. And I think we're going against one of the best teams that are like the team that might win the championship. So, we'll see how that goes. But they have a lot of good people on their team. So,
Molo, how have I never heard this? What's up, Swolgers? How have I never heard that term?
I don't know how I feel about that.
I kind of like it. I like it. Do you like CrossFitters better or Swolgers?
I just got to get used to it. I like swole mates.
Ooh, swole mates.
But
that's a good one. Have I never heard those? That's very nice.
Swolgers just doesn't roll off the tongue very well.
I don't mind it.
But maybe I just need to get used to it.
A couple other house cleaning things before we get to what we're here for, and that is to go inside a leaderboard post-Open 25.2, which Dave Castro just dropped this hint. We'll look at Cap, we'll look at .com, we'll guess what they are at the end of the show. If you guys just want a sneak peek of the hint, it's this. I don't know what this is. This to me looks like shower tiles with water coming down.
Looks like rain walking on a wall.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm pretty sure there are 25 raindrops if we count them.
Yes. Well, so you guys start putting your thinking caps on. We'll touch base back here at the end. But a couple of house cleaning things. Shout out once again to the CrossFit Games Instagram page.
It's a movie. Red carpet, the lights going through.
Now, I don't know if we're going to get dinged for the song, but we're going to keep going.
Anytime I arrive, it's the new me. Real diamonds on my neck, that's groovy.
Wait, was that a Jason Hopper, Dallin Pepper clip from Crash?
I don't know. Maybe they should strike it down.
Flashing lights, all these things come to me. Dressed in price, all my rings got weight to it. You feel that? You feel that?
Dude, this is so good.
Dude, it's really good. Keep playing. Stop.
Already it's a classic, classic. If I drop any day, it's a classic. Any wave that I'm on, it's a classic. Hey, you heard that? Classic.
That was off. All right, I'm going to try to find this. I'm going to try to stop it right at the right time. Oh, not yet. And no.
Yeah, it was for sure. Yeah, it was.
Nice. Shout out to J.R. Howell and CrossFit Crash.
Dude, whoever's running the media right now, they're doing good. Like, what we got going on right now, like Chase, everything's headed in the right direction, man. I'm so amped up for the future.
How good does it feel?
Dude, it feels like you've had 4 years of just whoever's in charge and doing things has no idea what they're doing and has dementia and can't form a sentence and falls down steps on an airplane and can't ride a bike. And it just feels like whoever's in charge now is like, they're just doing it. They're doing a lot of things and getting stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it feels like. I don't know if there's another analogy out there to is the exact same thing, but that's what it feels like.
Yes. And some people already know, but I'll like Griffin Schaefer is the man behind this stuff, and he is killing it. Absolutely killing it. He's the man behind Chalk Llamas for a while. But and then this one, your 25.3 special guest announcer, Tyson freaking Bagent. Is anything more hot than the Bears right now? Like, not to jump to NFL, but like what their off season's been like, and then Tyson's like. As a Bears fan, I'd be very excited.
I'm a Vikings fan. I don't care about the Bears. Tyson's the only thing I care about on the Bears. I hope Caleb fails in a miraculous fashion. Playing time. I care for
I
the
know
Bears.
you're a Vikings fan.
0. Yeah, diehard. Oh, big time.
Really? What is that from?
When I was like 6, I just liked their colors, and then I rocked with that team. And then that was during the Randy Moss, Dante Culpepper years, and it was a time to be in. And then I got to 13, and they weren't good at all. But Adrian Peterson was the running back, and I played running back, and that
Yep. Adrian Peterson is one of my favorite running backs.
And I mean I'm diehard. Like hey, I'll tell you this: our first dog's name is Teddy because Teddy Bridgewater was the quarterback at the time.
No way.
And then a week after we got him, Teddy Bridgewater's knee blew up, and then he never played for the Vikings ever again.
Oh,
it's crazy.
That's
yeah. But yeah. No, we got a little Vikings onesie for the baby whenever it's off season.
Nice.
Like we're diehard, man.
How do you feel now? Is like Darnold's gone.
I'm just excited for the future. It's
did Daniel Jones sign with the Vikings?
No, he was with the Vikings as a backup quarterback. He's on the Colts now. No, JJ McCarthy's our quarterback. He's the rookie we drafted. He tore his meniscus in year 1, and we're rocking with them.
Mm-hmm.
We had no idea how he's going to be, but everything else, like our offseason's been really. We just made the trenches, as like the Eagles as we could.
Well. And then this clip.
Backup plan if you didn't get the shot in the NFL.
Yeah, I was going to basically just CrossFit my life away, get as ripped and jacked as I possibly could. I love CrossFit. It has completely changed my whole entire life.
You take a 10-year-old kid whose dad owns a CrossFit gym. You see him grow up in the gym.
It has made me physically able to endure, both mentally and physically, the ebbs and flows of a football game and a football season.
CrossFit, it gave this guy a level of confidence, being pushed to excel when it becomes every single day of that being a part of our life.
I was a D2 quarterback that pretty much defied every odd that they had stacked against me, and now I'm a professional football player.
Come on now. I'm glad we got people in there that are taking not advantage of, but like highlighting how important that is to have someone like that in the community doing CrossFit and the success they have in the NFL of all real sports.
And being outspoken about it.
Yes. Now, this was a year, almost 2 years ago, when Tyson was coming through the combine, and then was he going to get drafted? And then he was an undrafted free agent, and then trying to earn a spot from like fourth string, third string, then became the backup quarterback to Justin Fields and started multiple games, won games in the NFL as a starter. And, you know, we just didn't have the people that had the brains and balls to cover him during that time. But now we do. Better late than never.
It's just insane, the incompetence, man.
Not anymore, right? The people in charge now are killing it. One thing I wish, after hearing Travis, Tyson's dad, if they could pull out one more rabbit out of the hat for 25.3, how awesome would it be if Travis came out and emceed?
Oh, it'd be
Versus if Travis came out, like I think Bella's there hosting again. She did a great.
I think Travis should arm wrestle Jason and Dallin together.
But
Jason and Dallin together, and then Travis.
But could you imagine before they announce the athletes?
Yeah.
Bella announces Travis Bagent, and then he announces the athletes.
Ooh, I don't even think she should announce Travis Bagent. I think she go, and now we're gonna go announce the athletes, and then you just in the background, nobody, like, we don't.
Yeah.
And like, okay, we're going to announce the athletes, and then we got Jason Hopper walking out of here, and then it's just Travis Bagent.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
That would be sick. And then how cool would it be if he got to announce his own son to announce the workout?
Mm-hmm. And then some kid named Tyson.
Some kid named Tyson just rolls out. Little CrossFit kid out there now, a backup quarterback in the NFL. Mm-hmm. So awesome. So awesome. All right, let's get down to business. We're going to go inside the leaderboard after week number 2. First off, shout out to Apollo Perform and Dylan. Barkley Dale. Dylan is actually my son's name. Barkley Dale for putting this all together, using his numbers. We actually got some an important question to come when we get to the cut lines for the top 1% that I will pose to you. I threw it out there earlier so you had some time to think about it. But the main season, if you guys have been living underneath a rock for the last 6 weeks, plus 2 and 1 show of Inside the Leaderboard, this is the season in a nutshell. We are doing the Open. It's 3 weeks and 3 weeks only. The Open will determine the top 1% in the world, both men and women, not regionally, which is a big part of what we're going to talk about later, in the world to advance to semifinals. You can either do it in affiliate semifinals, which will be post-Open online, which will qualify 11 men and 11 women directly to the CrossFit Games. Or you can do in-person qualifying events, who can invite anyone they want for their elite division, but you can only qualify to the CrossFit Games from these in-person qualifiers if and only if you make the top 1% during the Open. All right? Now, there's still, by math, 1 spot available in both the men and the women after in-person, after these in affiliate. And our near and dear heart and hope is that they use the Community Cup to send 1 more male and 1 more female to the CrossFit Games. At least that's mine. How do you feel about that? Would you like that to be a part of the Community Cup?
No, I think it makes the Community Cup worthwhile, man. I think that makes I think it's just another way for the community to be a part of the professional season. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I know I feel like, you can tell me if you feel the same, that there's been a growing disconnect between Games athletes and your regular affiliate gym goer. And mm-hmm. and I know they're disconnected in the first place, but it's been getting further and further apart. You know, Ben Smith would go to CrossFit Krypton and work out, right? Right. Rich Froning would go to Mayhem and work out, and or his freaking college that he would go to, and it's they were approachable, but also like relatable, I guess is a better word. And now, they don't go to affiliates.
Mm-hmm.
They don't, or they work out when nobody's working out, and they don't like
They're in camps and
they're at camps, right? Or I'm gonna speak for a couple of people. They only work out for money.
mm-hmm.
Like, and this is just another way for the community and games athletes to share something or be more relatable. I think the more relatable games athletes can be, the more not publicity, but I think the more liked they will be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And more opportunity is going to come from that. I think Colton is one of the most liked people and gets a lot of sponsorship opportunity and gets money that's thrown his way, especially by Sevon,
Right.
because he's relatable and he's just do stuff for money and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I know I'm kind of going on a rant here, but like that's this is just another that if they took it from the Community Cup, it would be another way for people to share that with games athletes.
Well, who just talked about this recently, actually, was Adrian Conway. He has his own podcast that I think he called it, what is it? What did he call it? The Entitled Athlete Rant that he just talked about. Let me see if I can actually find this.
I can't tell you. I don't know. Adrian feels the same way, but I can't tell you how like angered I was watching the Gee YouTube video.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch that,
dude. I mean, if you do, like, it's just when Hiller calls him the softest man in CrossFit. Like, I hate like that is mean terminology, but I mean, you're earning it.
Mm-hmm.
Is awesome.
Oh, what's up, Colton? We've been singing your praises, brother. Gosh, I need to find this clip. I can't find it.
Go on Instagram, Adrian Conway's Instagram. He put it on there, right?
Yeah, I didn't know if it was on his thing or not. Let's see. Titled Athlete Rant. No, just him looking shirtless and jacked. God, he's freaking. God, he looks good.
Yeah. Hey, Chase, look, I don't know if you can see here. You see what that is right there?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's called I Bought a Bike. Right?
Nice.
Oh, Chase doesn't get it because he didn't watch the video, guys. I'm sorry. Buy your own bike.
Buy your own bike. Okay, this is it. Where did he?
Chase tries to react. He hasn't seen the video.
I know.
I'm sorry. I know. You just said that and it didn't hit me.
I got all of it. I got all going. All right.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back while you're looking back.
All right. 25.2 top 10. This is just from 25.2. Colton Mertens takes the top spot for the second week in a row at a 401. 401, second place, 412, 416. And the thing I loved, and we talked about this earlier, the thing I loved about Colton redoing this for no reason other than to try to win. And he actually didn't have to redo it, and he still would have won with it, but he wanted to break sub 4, right? Like, he's driven by performance.
Well, by the show.
In the show.
Is this possible?
What was so great is that I got to watch someone do something that no one else can do in the world right now. And I just enjoyed watching them move the entire time. It wasn't, oh, were they close? Were they, did they just break? Like, because sometimes you'll see people like they ride the range of motion line just to go faster, just to break a certain time. And like, if you slow down Colton's reps, he is burying his squats and his lockout is perfect. And I just got to sit back with my hands behind my head and just enjoy the show versus, oh, okay, yeah, that was fast, but it was kind of ugly. Like, that wasn't the part of the case. He just destroyed everybody.
It wasn't like Noah Olsen. Like Noah Olsen's, all of them were like that, where he's trying to move so fast and everything's a little on the line.
Yeah.
No,
So-
and I tell you, and Colton sent me his original video of 408.
Yep. He
And
posted that.
nobody's going to beat that, right? 408 is going to win the winning time, right? And
Yeah.
and I told him, honestly, Colton, I'm a little disappointed. It's pretty trash. He took two chalk breaks, didn't need them, and then look at there, took my advice and got 401. He didn't take my advice, but
it was so good.
Colton killed it.
Yeah, and that was always the fun part about watching Rich compete or Matt or like you just watch people go and not be like, oh well, not to take shots at anybody, but like when say Camille was doing fast squats, you're like, oh, right, and she didn't have to do that. Like nobody was going to beat her in Fran.
But I tell you what, that's why you get the random no reps 3 times in a row on a ladder,
right?
That causes you to melt down at the games because you squat like that in the open.
Right. Yeah, like you just bring it on yourselves. Now, overall, worldwide, Colton, top of the leaderboard, wins 25.1, wins 25.2, and on the cusp of a clean sweep in the open, which we have never seen before.
And we're not going to see it now.
Hey man, you never know. You never know. You never know.
I tell you what, if he wins this next workout, I will say Colton Burns going to win the games. Nobody's very confidently.
Ooh, there's one.
That's I don't even feel bad saying it. I'll say it. I would put him on top of the mountain.
Okay.
So seriously,
are you gonna redo the mountain after the Open?
Oh, of course, dude.
Yeah,
dude, the mountain, like half the people.
That's true. That mountain is drastically changed.
There's been an earthquake, okay, and that mountain, like half the people have fallen off and died, and like they don't even get to go to base camp and come back. Their mountain days are over.
That's fair. That's fair. On the women's side, Miriam Von Rohr takes 25.2. Eric Follow, Annika Greer. You got a lot of micro machines in here.
Well,
and then you have Daniel Brandon.
Yeah, it's akin to last year a little bit. I personally feel
on the 24-3 ish.
No, just 24-1 and 24-2. The exact same people were good at it, and then like it's just the same people are going to be good at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you get to a certain point is like, yes, the same people that won week 1 week 1 here last year and this year. Very similar movement patterns, double the time frame. This week 2, you could say is a bit like week 3.
Yeah.
24 point. I would say once you get to a certain point though, like if this was like a couple years ago and I looked at Colton and Miriam and I'd be like, all right, this is just Wheelhouse for them and the programming is aligning with them. It is still that, but we're now years into them. That Miriam's really her second year that we've been aware of. Is that there's going to be a certain point where, like, if this was Rich or Matt or Tia doing it, we're like, yeah, they're just the fittest person. No one can beat him. It doesn't really matter what the programming is right now. And I think Colton has earned that of, hey, depending on what comes out week 3 and depending on his performance, like, yeah, it's Wheelhouse form, but you still got to be fit enough to take advantage of that as well. It's not just like programming only that's getting them to the top.
Yeah, no, and I would agree in Colton's case, but I'm pretty sure Colton was third 1 year too. I disagree though with I think it's way more about the programming now than what it used to be. And
I'm saying that is, but I'm giving Colton a case of like he's also just
I would give Colton the pass, but he's the only one. And like and honestly, it's not his fault for taking advantage of it. Like he should.
Right.
Nobody can touch him in these, so nobody should. Right. But I'm just saying, I don't think the Open should be like that. I really don't.
Yeah.
Miriam Von Rohr has proven that she's not that person. You know, and like when I say like it's only been 1 year, right? You beat everybody in the whole entire world, and then you couldn't make the games, and honestly weren't even really in the running, right? And now you're doing the exact same thing this year. Do you know how much I'm going to believe in Miriam Von Rohr? 0.
Well, you got to prove it first.
Right. And it's a good opportunity. Half the European women are gone. But Erica Folo is another person that murdered the Open last year, and she's murdering the Open this year. And I'm not saying these people aren't fit. They might make the games for sure. I'm not saying that. But you're beating all of the fittest women in the world that we know are the fittest women in the world.
Right.
And then in other competitions, you don't. And if Erica Folo makes the games, she's barely going to make the games. Right? Alasni Igiziazabe, I don't think is one of the fittest women in the world, right? Marissa Flowers, I know exactly who that is.
Yeah.
She's 4'11".
Right.
Right. And she's a crazy gymnast. Yeah. Fran world record. She's not one of the fittest women in the world. I know this. Andrea Solberg tried to be really good last year in the Open. And I remember Brian Spin trying to make a case for her. And I'm saying she's not that person. It's because of the Open. And you're going to see this time and time again. I don't like, and again, Colton, I will give the pass. When we go to the men, we could see, there's people that are just good in the Open. Right. I don't like that there are Open athletes.
Right.
Like there are athletes who are just good at the Open, and it's because of the programming.
Mm-hmm. I think even more apparent here when you look at the top 10. So this is the
women
top
for
10.
sure. The women for sure. But
the men a little bit different.
Back in yesteryear, this would be the first workout, and this would be the leaderboard.
Mm-hmm.
After the second workout, you won't see 8 of these names again.
Fair.
And it was a better Open. Like it tested, and when you're testing for the 1%, I think it needs to be like that. Right. I don't think it needs to be where everybody can play. I don't like Open athletes. I hate the concept of Open athletes.
I get it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it. I will say this is seeing Lucy Campbell there in 4th. Like, I know she had
and you notice I didn't say her name.
No, I know. I'm just saying I was curious how she was going to build off of Wadapalooza, and to see her in 4th in the Open is just like, all right, like
she's here.
The year of the comeback, man.
I love it.
Payouts here. Obviously, Colton and Mirham both taking the most.
Dude, this is most Mirham's made since she's ever done CrossFit.
Yeah. All right. Semifinal cut line. Now, for semifinal top 1%, it is based off total registrants at the close of the Open. So for the men, the cut line, we'll say unofficial because things will change. Maybe a couple people will register in the last week. Technically, you can still register now. It trickles in. Some people still do. 1,303. So 1,303 is the cut line to make the top 1% worldwide. That's fixed for the most part. For the women, it's 1,200 because they didn't reach the max cap to raise the 1%. So they're going to get 1,200. Really, it'd be like 935. With this said, on the Community Cup side, that's not the case because we're going off levels and cut lines there. The levels are going to be based off the number of people who submit scores for all 3 weeks. So the level cut line for the Community Cup is going to change after week 1. It has changed again since week 2, and it'll change again after week 3 because it's only based off the total number of people who have submitted all 3 scores. And this happens every year. There's a couple thousand people that didn't submit scores for number 2. So I was only 70 spots away from the pro level 9 division, and Barkley said it might not be the case. And not the way I want going forward. But this is who's in. So these cut line names are based off athletes who have semifinal experience in the last 2 years, or they've been to the games before. All right. So just on the edge, some names I've seen here before. Matt DeLucas is still in the top 1%.
He's still doing it, huh?
Doing it.
Where's he doing it from?
I don't know. Guy Majeros is out. Julian Cerna.
It's kind of interesting that Guy decided that he was out after 2 workouts and he's on the line of not making it. It's interesting.
Right. Now, who's on the outside of the cut line for the men? Austin Spencer. Taylor's close, man. And he's not even he's trying, but he's not even trying.
I don't think he's trying. I think if he was trying, he would have redone this workout.
True. I mean, he's not like mailing it in, but
No, I think he did this, blew up, had a bad workout, and like that's over. Like if he was trying,
yeah,
he would have done a much better.
Taylor, 199 spots out of a top 1%. Maybe he'll just accidentally
Sneak in again.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't think we're getting below parallel in week 3. So he has a good chance of back walking into the top 1%.
You're absolutely right. I think, I mean, I think he's going to be okay in this next one, right? So
Griffin Rowley, who is the
CrossFit Thor.
CrossFit Thor. I was going to be way harsher in what I was about to say.
What are you going to say?
I was going to say is like the biggest waste of team talent.
Oh my gosh.
By trying to go individual I've ever seen.
I'm
not going to hate on someone chasing the dream, but do the Tola Moroccanio route and just like he was so good on team. I think it was Douala or
CrossFit Douala.
Douala. He was like he's built to be a team rock star.
Yeah.
Chase the individual dream, and you know,
he's a great athlete. Did you know that?
Oh well, that makes sense.
Jeez, Chase.
I like Griffin. I know Griffin. I like him a lot. And I just was like, dude, just go team and just go crush at the CrossFit Games. And he just wanted to make Indy, which I can't blame. I tried that.
Did he not make it in 2020?
No, I don't think so.
I thought he made it in the COVID year and everything was online. He didn't do great because he did 490. And then Matt Fraser said that was stupid on the front squat, the one rep max front squat.
No, maybe he did. Maybe he did.
Yeah. I mean, I think in 2020, if you make the games, even whatever situation it was, like that gives you, like, I can do it. You know what I mean? Like you're not like Tola's never been close, man.
I think he made it once, didn't he?
No.
Tola's
never like Griffin's way. And if you just don't want to count 2020, I think Griffin in general is much like at his fittest is much fitter than Tola.
Okay.
Griffin did go because he won the Norwegian championship. Because I remember nobody went to that, and that's how he got in. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Look at your brain go. The majority of these athletes that are outside the cut line are Africa and Asia athletes, just to keep that in mind. All right, on the women's side, inside 1,200, that number won't change. Let's see. Christine Kohlenbrander is in there. Caroline Nardini, Faith Ferguson. All right.
Rebecca
Vidison, coming off the ACL, is in the top 1% right now.
And we're done with squatting.
That's awesome.
I think she's going to make it too, because I don't think we're going to have anything that's going to need that.
Dude, to come back after that at semifinals of all time. I mean, that turnaround for an ACL.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think the semifinals is going to be too hard for her to.
Yeah,
like her.
But that's cool to see.
Her
man.
Strength depletion. Yeah, I hope she makes it.
Good to see. All right, on the outside of the cut line, Sahir Kaya.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Yes, that's really the only name games wise that's on here. But most of these are all Asia and Africa again. And so here's the question I have for you.
Okay.
Is that it's the top 1% worldwide. As it stands right now, thank you to Barclay Dale of Apollo, perform. Inside the 1% are 8 men and 8 women from Africa. 8. Now in Asia, you've got 100 plus men and 58 women. Depending, like if week 3 is something harder than we've seen in the first 2 weeks, most of the time, these numbers just go down.
Yep.
As the workouts get harder, they are less represented on the leaderboard. That's just what it's always been. What happens? I mean, there's 8 men and women right now. What happens if there's 0 from Africa?
You don't get anybody.
You've geographically locked that.
Yep. You don't get anybody.
Do you not send anybody? Or do you all right, we'll take some invites of people who can actually qualify?
Yeah, I think if you're the Africa region and you have no people that make it, You absolutely, you just send invites out to anybody who made the 1%. And then if you want to come to Africa, you can come to Africa.
Yeah.
And that's how you fill that competition. And then because all the African competition it's just a slot to the games.
Right.
You don't have to be the African contingent.
They have one.
They already invited Sarah, right? They've invited a couple people, right?
Right.
Hochberg, they invited
Hochberg,
Hochberg, who's way better in person than he is online.
Way better.
I almost kind of think he's going to make it from that. You don't have to be from Africa or Middle East to get that slot. So if they don't have anybody that makes it, then nobody makes it. And then you just send invites out to 1% people, and that'll be your competition. Honestly, that's a great way. You should hope for that if you're Africa, because that's a great way for people to watch your competition.
Yeah.
Imagine if you invited like all of the top people and you got 10 of them and to come to your competition.
Here's the problem.
More people would watch that competition than anybody else.
Lucas Hochberg is 180 spots out of a 1%.
Oh, he's going to be fine on this next one, Chase.
Oh, look at Keith Knapp right there.
See, that's the problem, Chase. That's the problem. If Keith Knapp and Lucas Hochberg are within 3 spots of each other, then this is not representable of your fitness. Okay? That's the problem, Chase. No, I need you to tell somebody there that it's a problem.
I think you
these people.
overestimate my influence.
I need you to tell somebody slightly higher than you who needs to tell somebody slightly higher than them until it hits the person it needs to talk to, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because Keith Knapp, no offense to him, he's super fit aerobically.
Yes.
He is not Lucas Hochberg,
no.
Okay? They are not in the same category of fitness at all. The amount that Chase snatches versus how much I snatch is the gap between Keith Knapp and Lucas Hochberg's fitness. The fact that they are 2 spots away from each other and he's ahead, that means there's a problem in your programming. If you're talking about testing for the 1% of fitness, it's the open. Everybody doesn't have to play anymore. It's 2025.
Yeah.
Get right. Get back to what we were. Make the open great again. Okay.
Yes. That's funny. Let me check on the women's side.
I'm sorry. I'm just very passionate about this subject.
Yeah, you guys just enjoy John's passion.
I hate how we test, because this is how the world tests for fitness. This is how everybody else in the world, except games athletes, this is how we measure our fitness.
Sarah's top 31.
That's because we haven't done anything hard, Chase.
Oh, well, okay. That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, if Lucas wants to qualify out of Africa, you have to do better in the 3rd week. All right. That's top 1%. Let's look at the age group division. So they're going to take the top 2% worldwide in your division. If there's not enough people to get to 200, then you'll just get 200. So the only ones that are taking more are the 35 to 39 through 45 to 49 for the men. And the women, it's 35 to 39 and 40 to 44. All right, so those are the changes here. So if you guys want to make the top 2%, those are your cut lines in these age divisions. Those will still be based off of total registrations, not people who are submitting their scores. Now, here's the big one. Community Cup. Here are your numbers. All right, we've got 5 divisions using 2 levels at a time: pro, advanced, intermediate, novice, rookie. 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, 7 to 8, 9 to 10. If you want to make the pro division on the men's side, oh man, that was like 15,000 last week. On the men's side, you have to be inside 11,962 if you want to make the pro division. I'm looking at my app right now to see where I am. I'm nervous. On the women's side, it's 9,565. All right, opening up my app. All right, where am I? I was 87th percentile. Damn it. I'm 87th percentile again.
Are you, if it is what you think it is that good for you or bad for you? It'll be lightweight. It's not going to be heavy.
Yeah. On the men, I'm in the 93rd percentile for 40 to 44. 87. Let's see. I need to see my number. Oh, here, number. Oh no, John, this is so bad. So the number to get inside is 11,962. I'm 14,504.
Oh, that's a lot of people, man.
That sucks. Oh no. So here's the crazy thing. I was 70 spots out last week. Now I'm 3,000 spots out.
But that means it can change just as big. You know what I mean? And it's a rowing workout, dude. It can change.
Well, we don't know that.
I mean, we kind of know it. But
so it's funny is my percentile hasn't changed, but my place away definitely has changed dramatically. All right. Damn it. Okay. Well, I got my work cut out for me. So those are the community cups. Now these will change once again after week 3, and we'll get our final totals when we do Inside the Leaderboard after that. Now that will do it for Inside the Leaderboard, but we still have one more thing to touch on, and that's Dave Casho's hint of what I can only assume is a shower or just water outside of a building going down the wall.
I don't like the unsteady camera.
Yeah, the boomerangs he's been doing are making me sick. All right. But with this clue, we always like to have fun and just take a look at. Now, Dave said this on his week in review. I think it was this week, is that .com and CAP are programmed with the Open in mind. So if you look at .com on Monday, we'll go .com first. These .com and CAP do not work together. They are totally separate programs, totally separate programmers. They don't try to weave in, so it's totally separate. So you have two different sites working around the same workout. Monday, front squat 5x5.
Dang it. I had hope for a max front squat. Man, gosh darn it.
4-rep max front squat.
Dang it.
On Tuesday for .com, you've got 3 sets, one every 7 minutes, 800-meter run, 40 double unders, 20 GHC sit-ups, 10 ring dips.
All right.
10 ring muscle-ups would have been better, but, that's just me. Okay, none of those are going to be in the Open anyways, so that's a check off the list. Today, 30, 20, 10 of Echo Bike cowls, and then a 100-meter front of body object carry after each set on the bike, 80 pounds for women, 100 pounds for men.
I like that workout.
Pick a weight, hold it in front, walk 100 meters. Okay. Tomorrow, we don't know. So those are your 3 on .com.
No hinging.
No hinging. On CAP, so you can see they have what's nice about CAP is that not only do you get the days right before, you get the days right after too. So your best place to go is CAP. So affiliate owners, coaches who are under your affiliation that you can have access to this. If you're going to nerd out, this is where you nerd out. So Monday, it was bike intervals and then built to a heavy 3-rep shouldered overhead. A little 2-parter on Monday. On Tuesday, chest to bar pull-ups, double unders, front squats, double unders. Okay, so that's not in play because we just basically had all that in 25.2.
Uh-huh.
Wednesday, today, 30 Russian kettlebell swings at 53 and 35, 15 handstand push-ups. All right. Inverted.
Yep.
Which we think should be on the table this week in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
And then the day before, it's a partner workout of toes to bar and running. Then you have Friday's open workout. Saturday, wall ball shots and ring muscle ups.
So no wall balls.
And no rings. They're not,
You know what I also have not seen though is snatches.
True.
So I get everything that's out there right now, but I think they can save this open with an escalating or ascending rowing, wall walk, snatch, but with snatches going up in weight.
Do you think they'll do a similar format from week 2 though?
No,
So here's what I'm thinking.
no. I'm saying that all of it will go up.
All of it will go up. So the reps and the weight?
Yeah.
Like Happy Star?
Yes.
Oh. But then we already had ascending reps in week 1.
Then descending, Chase. I don't know what.
Hey, this is part of the process, John.
Yeah.
It's part of the process.
Descending. So.
All right. So I posed this question to Bill. So not to retread what we talked about there, but since you were not a part of that conversation, is you can either do. I think it's safe to say is like we haven't tested anything near heavy yet. We get it if that weight, some of those weights were heavy for you guys listening. But when we look at what we're trying to do is give everybody a shot, but we're still trying to filter the top 1%. And to John's point, the last 2 weeks is that we need a weight filter that we have not had yet. We had a little bit of a skill filter with the gymnastics. We had a work capacity filter in week 1, but there needs to be some weight. And there's 2 ways you can do that. You can either have a low rep, high weight, right? Or a max of some sort. Or another way is a moderate weight at a high volume. So you still need to be strong to move the weight at the volume at which is programmed, and you can't just fake your strength or your fitness during the process. Which, as a programmer looking at the open, and a hill I've always died on, is like a max in the open at this stage, I think is way too skewed in 3 weeks, but something heavy at high volume is a more appropriate open test for a 3-week format. So if we want to go heavy, so say you take heavy, high volume, the easiest one to program in that format's deadlifts, obviously, right? Heavy, high volume. We've done that before. We had
that just screams to me just trying to be accessible though, and I hate that.
And so when you said snatches or a ground to overhead, I almost feel like it's you could probably do that in the same format, but that nailing that weight, I think, could be a.
I think the weight would be hard, but I think you could do like a gate 4, 8, 12, but like the weight never gets very heavy though. So like what I mean by that is maybe like in the first 4 minutes, it's 3 rounds of 10 cal row, 3 wall walks, 10 snatches at 95.
Okay.
And then the second 4 minutes is the same thing, but 10 snatches at 135.
I like that.
Second thing is the same thing. So it's just a buy-in to your snatches every single time.
I like that a lot.
And then the reps always stay the same, but the weight changes. So you go 95, 135, 185, then it ends on 225. And then that's the last weight.
I like that a lot. And so that format, so say usually it's every 4 minutes in a format like that. So it's the same buy-in every time. Call it 20 cal row in a 4-minute time. What, like 20 cal row? How many wall walks?
3.
3? Oh, I was going to say like 7.
Okay, but then you don't have a ton of time. Like you need to have time to have 10. I guess you're banking time.
Right. 4-minute time.
I guess you're banking time, right? So, okay.
You can either bank time or you can do the overhead squat interval style where
I was thinking the overhead interval style, but you.
All right. So say it's 20 and 15 on the cals on row. That's typical, right? That's going to take a minute.
Yeah.
7 wall walks is going to take another minute.
I think
less than a minute.
No. I think it's going to crush people.
All right. 5.
I think 7 wall walks will take 2 minutes for most of the population after the first interval.
Yeah, but we're not worried about most of the population right now.
Okay.
Right.
Then it's just a wall walk workout though.
Well, let's just say it's those, or maybe it's a handstand, whatever it is, right? A machine buy-in row that seems good. Pick an inverted pressing, right? If it's 5 wall walks or 10 handstand push-ups.
Let's go 25-10. That's a pretty
25-10.
Yeah.
And then I like the reps you said. I was actually thinking maybe like higher reps on if you're going to do snatch. Right? All right. When we did, when they did 13-1, I don't know if those reps changed. Was it always, or no, was it 40, 30, 20,
40,
10?
30, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, if it's always like 15.
I don't. So like I'm thinking about the last weight, and can you do 10 snatches with 225 with that buy-in in 4 minutes? And that seems like a lot to ask.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, if you're going to do an even higher number, like 15 snatches at 225.
Yeah.
If you just gave me 4 minutes, I don't know if I can do that. Like the rowing and the wall walks, and then 15 snatches at 225. That seems like a lot, right?
Yeah.
So you'd have to bank time in order to do. That's why I said 10.
Okay. Maybe 5 stop gates every 4 minutes, but bank your time.
Yeah.
The Vesh, I didn't say F the regular people. It's week 3, bro.
The regular people get 95 and 135, and then you're done.
Chances. Yeah. Welcome to the real world. It's not made for everybody. Okay, so bank time intervals. I like that a lot.
I think 15's a lot, though. Like that's a
10?
Yeah, I think 10's the right number.
So if you have 5 rounds of 4 minutes, 10, 50,
that's 50 snatches at increasing weight. That's a lot. Like you're talking about 75. Like,
95, 135, 185, 205, 225?
It's 225, 245. Let's might as well.
245.
Let's we're separated. Are we separated or not?
All right. Well, what are we doing?
225 to 275. Let's just
185 to 225. Oh, well, that's what we used to do.
Yeah. 185, 225, 245.
I like that. I would rather have that than deadlifts.
Me too.
Not because I'm shitty at deadlifts.
It's I just same.
Yeah.
I think me and Chase have the same feelings towards deadlift, just at a different.
We're just at 300 pounds difference than each other.
But we feel the exact same way about it.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Okay. 20 cal?
Yeah, 20 cal, 5 wall walks.
5 wall walks.
10 snatches.
10 snatches on the 4 minutes. Bank time. Reps stay the same. Weight goes up.
Yep.
And
that sounds like an awesome workout.
That does sound like an awesome workout.
And like if people are gonna, it gives a little bait on that first snatch bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm singling at 135 in that workout.
Dude, I'm living that single life the whole way through, and I'm not getting past 135. Not right now. I'm going for the tiebreaker is what I'm doing. If they do the 4 format, so they changed this in 16.2. So 16.2 and the repeat are actually not the same workout. Because when they repeated 16.2 originally had a 4-minute stop gate in the first set.
And then they made it 8 minutes.
8-minute one. So it actually isn't the same thing because that made a huge difference.
Huge difference because it was hard to get through the first 4 minutes. Like you had to push the pace to get through the first 4 minutes, especially people who don't have 25 toes to bar just offhand, right? Exactly. Like if you're doing sets of 5 on the toes to bar, and I know the pros were 2, but like 5s for normal people with 10-second rest in between.
Mm-hmm.
It was incredibly hard to get through the first 4 minutes, and now you're dead.
Right.
And then you have the second round, you have no shot. And then a lot of people were getting capped in the first round.
Yep. I like this. I feel like if it's wall walks, I don't think 5's enough.
Yeah, I've had this same conversation with JR. I think you people are just like way too good at wall walks to like.
You have 50 snatches versus.
It's supposed to be a snatch workout. That's a buy-in. It's a buy-in. That's like me saying I don't think 245 is heavy enough. I think we should do 275.
I just think 7.
I think for regular people, 5 is a lot to begin with.
What if it's 21 cals and then 7 because it's like a third?
Oh, we just make it even more.
Yeah.
Oh, and then 7 snatches.
No. 21, 7, 7?
No, 20. Yeah.
Ooh. I like the 10. The 10's
Yeah,
cool.
I like the 10 too. The 10's hard.
What I would really like if it was 21, 15, 9 and they just kept repeating that, but they used a row and then maybe not 15
Handstand push-ups, you could do that on.
15 on handstand push-ups.
You could do that with handstand push-ups. I like that even more, but that's just because I'd be filthy at that workout.
Then you got the monostructural weightlifting gymnastics triplet. Everything has its own place. You got the 21, 15
That's
rep scheme.
too pretty for CrossFit though. They don't think that far ahead.
I don't think they'll throw handstand push-ups in right off the bat.
Yeah, well, they have it on Wednesday. I don't think they'll do it if they have it on Wednesday.
That's a good point. Okay. Some form of that. I think 20. I still think 7. And then the 10.
For the
10's a
people
good
at
number.
home, I say 5. Just to make the numbers are pretty. 27, 10. That's a terrible thing. I don't. Chase might like ugly numbers, but I like pretty across the board.
I don't know. Okay, then I would say 21, 7 because at least there's some.
But then you got this random 10 in there. Chase.
I know. 20 and 7, 14.
Accept the 5 wall walks as it is, Chase. It's what it needs to be.
I do like this. A combo of that stop gate 20 minutes because there's a 20-minute-ish. Okay. I would love that. Or it's rounds. But then
No,
I don't
rounds
need to
doesn't
wait
work because
yeah,
that
rounds
number,
doesn't work.
like I think 165 is a really good number for most people, but I think it would need to be 185 if you're actually trying to separate.
Yeah.
And 185 is just too heavy for general population.
You know what I've always wanted to see is so take this concept, but make it a 20-minute AMRAP. Every 4 minutes, the weight goes up.
Is that not what we're doing?
No. Like it's just an AMRAP. That's not what we're doing. This workout is technically for time if you can finish it.
Right.
Right? A 20-minute AMRAP.
Okay, but you're just done when you can't do the weights anymore?
Yes.
Okay.
Right? So in the first 4-minute block, your snatch weight is the lightest weight.
Right.
And it's like, okay, can I get back to this weight?
Oh, okay. So it's
You know
like
what I'm saying?
5 separate workouts.
Yeah.
But you just got to keep a running total
It's just
of
a
reps.
running total of reps, and the weight is going to go up every 4 minutes.
Disgusting, though, because then people are gonna go so hard on the first 4
You're
minutes.
not going to get back to the bar in the first 4 minutes. People may think, but it's like, okay, can I maximize the second bar? Because when I get to the weight 1, when I get to weight 2, it's going to be my best opportunity to move that barbell as much as I can. Do I get there right at the 4-minute mark and then go?
You could get back to the bar in the first round.
You think so? A minute on the row? Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
All right. So is it worth it?
100%. Because 95-pound snatches, you can go unbroken on that all day.
Yeah, especially if it's 10.
I actually think people would get 2 plus a row.
Okay. That's just something.
But they would be devastated. And then I guess it just starts back at the row at the 4-minute mark.
No. It's just a constant AMRAP.
Oh, but the weight's just going to go up. Okay.
Let's just say 20. Let's just say 15, 5, and 10.
I got you.
Right?
Yeah. And the weight just goes up at the 4-minute mark no matter where you're at.
Right.
Dude, it would suck.
Or it could be 15, 5, 15 because now it's just an AMRAP.
To do 1 rep of your 95-pound snatch, and then it goes 4 minutes, and then you have to
stop, load. Right?
Yeah. You have people load your weights for you at that point.
So cool. I would love to see something like that. So
dude, oh man, I'm trying to think through this.
And since it's a 20-minute AMRAP, maybe then it's like, okay, 15 cal row, 5 wall walks, 15 snatches.
Yeah.
And then it's just 20 minutes of work, but every 4 minutes, the weight on the snatch goes up.
I think I'm going to go really hard in the first interval. And then after that, I'm like chilling.
Right.
like just steady state the whole
Yeah.
rest of the time.
Because that's 30 of the easiest snatches you're going to get, but you're going to have to pay for it on the front end to get the opportunity.
No, we're rowing at like 800.
And that's why I don't want 20 cals because like, it's 20, but 15, 12.
How can you get back to the bar?
How can you get back to the bar for the second time
Right,
and just try to maximize that?
Yeah. And then, I mean, I think I'm going to go really hard in the first 4 minutes, and then I'm single city.
Yeah.
1,000 on the rower.
I think in that format, you go 95, 35, 85, 205, 225.
No, that's fine. I like that a lot.
Because I'm getting stuck at 185
Right.
no matter what I do. Right. And so
I like that a lot. That makes your like strength athlete like so much conditioning because then if you're strong, cool, but it just means you have a 20-minute workout when everybody else has a 12-minute workout, but it's not necessarily fit.
Right.
So there's this like little sweet spot.
Yeah.
That you don't really have to be fit. Wall Street weightlifter has got a 20-minute workout. It doesn't matter how slow he is at wall walks.
Right. Ryan, we did a gated workout last week, sort of. Right. This isn't changing rep schemes. This is just changing weight and the skills stay the same.
No, it's not a gated workout because you don't have to. You're not
like weight gated, not time gated.
Yeah.
That's just something I've always wanted to see.
Yeah, it's a little messy, but like if done right, I think it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm with it. I think it'd be. I don't know what it would feel like, but it'd be interesting.
Yeah, I like that a lot. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, gang, that'll do it. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys go check out our boy Barkley Dale on Instagram. He's at Apollo Perform on Instagram, but like Prince, he just goes by one name and just call it Apollo. He is updating his website as we speak, and I wonder if I can pull this up. Barkley, I'm going to pull this up. I hope this is all working. Is that I can look up, you can look up an athlete. So I'll say Colton Mertens. You can look up an athlete and look at what it pulls up, John. Everything.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
At your fingertips. Everything.
That is awesome, dude.
All right. So you guys go to apolloperform.com. You can look up athletes. You can look up competitions. You can look up the leaderboard. You can see who's in, who's out. And it is just it's not even close. It is the most comprehensive website for athlete information in leaderboards. Like there's no second place is on a different universe. All right. And here's awesome. Look at his rankings.
It's so easy to read. Oh, dude, the tracking of your rankings is amazing.
Through his career. And then check this out. So competition summary. I'm like, oh, he has two wins in 2024. What are they? You click on it and it tells you where.
Uh-huh.
How sick is that? Competition history, Crash Crucible. What did he do? Oh, here's the leaderboard. It takes you there. Right? The competition side, it's so great.
It's sick.
Rankings, competitions, workouts. All right, he's got 9 first place finishes. Oh, okay, what were they? All right, you just see all these things. He got first here. It's awesome, right? You can look here. I'll embarrass myself.
2010 CrossFit Games, highest achievement CrossFit Games.
All right, highest achievement CrossFit Games appearance 1. Top 2,000 in the Open 6. Oh, that's nice that you lowered the bar so far that I could get some numbers.
Dude, that's solid.
Career event wins. Actually, I have a couple more than that. But it's just been downhill.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's okay.
Hey, I'll make you feel better. You want to look up mine?
All right, yeah, let's go. Let me find you.
I might not be in there.
I hope you're not, just to make me feel even that much better. Oh,
wow, Barkley. Hey, I got an event win at TFX. You better put it on the board, okay? Listen, I was like 96th percentile in one of those open years with the
No
max out.
athletes found.
That's embarrassing.
Oh, this is
No, if I'm not on there, he's not on there.
Yeah, but
Oh
how
my-
funny
No,
would
no,
it
no,
be
no.
if
There's
you
a different Tyler Watkins. He's up there. Click on him.
is that's definitely not him.
No,
6'2",
yeah,
235.
yeah. There's a different Tyler Watkins. Yeah.
Oh, that was fantastic.
That is crazy.
That was fantastic. But yeah, guys, go check out that website, apolloperform.com. That's Barkley's baby. He's been working on that for a very long time. It's absolutely fantastic. The open announcement will be tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central. So make sure you guys stay tuned to that. Tyson Bagent will be announcing the workout, and then Jason Hopper, Dallin Pepper, and your CrossFit Games champion, James Sprague, will be going head-to-head to close out the final week of the Open. We'll be back next week for recapping 25.3, my Wad of Shame on Tuesday, and then our final Inside the Leaderboard for the Open. Obviously, we'll be back for the in-affiliate semifinals and follow that action. And then is Spin on tonight?
Yep. Yes, sir.
6:30 Central.
Yep.
What do you got? Anything special? What's the blind rankings tonight?
I don't know. We don't know. It's blind.
Oh,
You think we know that?
Now I feel like an idiot. That's yeah. Then you could plan for it. The blind rankings. Nothing drives me crazier than watching that.
Why? Just
In like the best ways. I'm like, don't put them there. I was like, why would you pick that person? It's
dude.
blind rankings are
It's
fun.
really hard, dude. It's just because you don't know what he's got coming next.
Yeah.
And like I'm like hoping he has somebody, or like in my mind, I'm like, this person has to be in here, and then they're not. And then you're like, well, this just effed up everything. But
It is super fun. Any special guests or you three?
I don't know. It's been usually that was just like 2 hours ahead of time. But no, we'll talk about 25.2. We probably will go through me and Tyler's workout. We were closer this time. So and then probably talk about the league stuff. But
oh yes, leaks. Leaks.
But yeah, I really hope you're right, and it's just it's not going to be what everybody thinks it is. I was hoping that the last 2 weeks though, and it wasn't the case. So, but I hope you're right.
A couple of special. This is funny. Oh, I guess I should bring this back up. I would go. This was super fun last week, but Hiller's not top 30. I guess.
Yes,
is a fun video to watch. The last, I thought for sure I was going to make the top 20 last week. I was so glad that I didn't, and which made me be much more attentive to things this week. And then if you guys are going to watch Pedro,
that's today, right?
Today.
This is going to be a fun one.
4 p.m. Central. So these are all Central times. You've got Jason Hopper, Dallin Pepper, and James Sprague all doing around the whiteboard. And their top question is who's going to win the announcement between the three of them. And you get to see them just debate each other on who they think's better. So that'll be at 4 p.m. Obviously, Spin tonight at 6:30 Central. And then go watch that Hiller video.
Oh, one thing we are going to do is we're going to update the first annual Barbell Spin CrossFit Open rankings because we have we did a draft, Chase. I don't know if you're familiar with this. Everybody who used the hashtag Barbell Spin, we have teams, right?
The team names are so good.
Right. So we got to see who's winning after week 2 between Oval Team, Tyler's Trash, and Meat Spin. And last week, I think Tyler's in the lead by like 1 percentage point. And so we're actually really close. And it's been like 2 behind. But
that's wild how close it is with a random collection draw.
Oh yeah, dude. It's awesome. I mean, there's like 400 people in it. So it's really fun.
That's great. All right, well, gang, go watch the Hiller Not Top 30. See if you made the cut. Make sure you stick around for Around the Whiteboard in just over 4 hours with our top 3 guys coming in for 25.3. And then the Spin tonight, 6:30 Central. Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you on Monday.
I'm hard on myself, probably more so than anyone else.
It's all upstairs. If I believe I can do it, I'm gonna do it.
But there is nobody on the floor I would rather beat than the two of them. I will sell my soul to not lose to them.
25.3, me, Dallin, and Jason are all going head to head to head.
I've never done an open announcement. I'm not trying to start 0-1.
I live in Jason Hopper's head rent free.
I would say that Dallin and James pushed me more than anybody else.
But James, you've only ever beaten me once.
We could all stand on top of the podium this year. It's very likely.
I'm gonna do everything that I can to make sure I win.